this person behind me is under the impression that I'm going to come out of the parking place quickly. Well, now. So in my video on Sunday, I made a comment that YouTube seems to have a fundamental misunderstanding about how its own site works. What exactly did I mean by that? Well, let me tell you a story. This story is about the Project for Awesome 2008. This was the second Project for Awesome. The first Project for Awesome, of course, was in 2007, and it was a complete secret. Nobody who was not participating in it saw it coming. And then suddenly, one day, the front page of YouTube had all of the same center screen shots for videos promoting various charities, and it was, as the name implies, awesome. So much so that it was decided that we should do it again the following year. Now, obviously, it wasn't a secret anymore. In fact, YouTube was pretty much sponsoring it by featuring Hank's video explaining the Project for Awesome. So the people who are in charge of running YouTube were well aware that this was going to happen and should have been well aware of how the project worked. Namely, that the project relied very heavily on being able to create your own center screen shot. See, back in what I like to call the good old days of YouTube, you were given a choice of 3 center screen shots. One that was taken exactly 1/4 of the way through your video, one that was taken exactly halfway through your video, and one that was taken exactly 3/4 of the way through your video. Logical enough. And so all you had to do is make sure that the Project for Awesome logo was exactly halfway in your video. That is until YouTube decided to change the way center screen shots work. I don't even know how the center screen shots work anymore. They just pick a random center screen shot in the middle of your video. But they pretty much made it impossible for non-partners to ensure that that center screen shot was going to be the Project for Awesome logo, short of making it the last half of their video. Now, to be honest, the fact that they changed the way the center screen shots work does not in itself bother me. What bothers me is that they made the change right before a project that is heavily reliant on being able to create your own center screen shot. A project that YouTube ostensibly knew about. And so in a sense, we seem to have 2 separate YouTubes. We have YouTube the community, and we have YouTube the business. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know what YouTube the business is thinking half the time. But it's obvious that when it comes to community versus business of YouTube, the right hand does not know what the left hand is doing. And okay, I'll admit that this rant is about 1.5 years old and probably obsolete by now, but I never really got to give it, and it's always kind of bugged me that that happened. So how else has YouTube the business screwed over YouTube the community? Well, I'm not going to get into it in this video, but I'm sure you can think of a few ways. Leave answers in the comments. I will see you on Sunday. Bye now.